I'm Joe Kurtenbach with Guns and Ammo, and we are joined by Ryan Wood from Trijicon, and we're talking about another new and exciting product from Trijicon. These are a little bit different from some of the illuminated red dots we've been seeing. In fact, they do have an element of illumination, though. These are the TriticonDI Night Sights. Ryan, what are we looking at?
Well, thanks, Joe. It's great to be with you. And so for the DI Night Sights, your users and viewers may be wondering what DI is, and that's dual illuminated. So for the very first time for Trijicon, we're introducing a night sight that combines two sources of illumination, tritium as well as fiber optic.
Now, those are some materials that you guys have a little bit of history of working with, if I'm not mistaken. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, going back to the 1980s, we've been manufacturing with tritium and fiber optic with the Tricicon ACOG, one of our flagship products. We've carried that over into the rifle scope series of the AccuPoints. But for the very first time, we're really excited to introduce this into a night sight.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about how both the tritium and the fiber optic work and how they work together.
Yeah, up until now, folks purchasing a Trijicon sight have had to make that choice, whether they wanted a tritium illuminated or a fiber optic illuminated. And so now you get the best of both worlds. The fiber, of course, collects the ambient light, and so it can give you really wonderful daylight brightness during the day. But the tritium lamp, which is always illuminated, gives you an aiming solution even when it's low light or no light conditions. So it gives you 24/7 illumination with both those sources of illumination. So it's just a great all-around choice for folks.
And I assume that as with the other Trijicon iron sights, we can expect that same kind of steel construction?
Yeah, absolutely. We're designed for the real world, so we go through the whole science of brilliant testing, so drop test and shock and vibration test. We want these to perform. But one thing we did that's very unique for this product, and it's unlike any of the other options on the market, is that for the very first time, users have the ability to replace the fiber in the field. And so if a fiber eventually wears out or they just want to change the color, we've made it very easy for them to do so. Pre-installed will be a green fiber, but if a user wants to replace that, we're going to have some accessory SKUs, and the new colors will be red, orange, and amber. And so these will be pre-cut, and with an included torque key, there's a retainer that holds that front sight or front fiber into place. And so it makes it very easy for the user to remove the retainer, remove the original fiber, and replace it. Designed really for anyone to do. You don't have to have an engineering degree. It doesn't take hours of watching a YouTube video. And so we're really excited about that, not only to make it easy, but also for folks to be able to customize this.
Right. And actually, with this new sighting setup, that retainer also has a color, correct? So you can adjust that whole front sight presentation if you want an additional color or a larger front bead. That's a great
point, Joe. So the pre-installed will be a black steel retainer, but we have some accessories that are going to be Cerakoted in yellow, orange, and white. And so with those combinations of the retainer as well as the four colors of the fiber, it's been a while since I had high school math, but I think that's 16 different combinations that the user can customize.
Well, that's awesome, because definitely people love to change. They all have their favorite or preferred sighting setup for their handguns. So giving them those options is great. And speaking of that, can we expect the same fits across different handgun platforms that we've seen from other Trijicon night sights?
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. You alluded to it with the other night sights that we make. So we know, based on our sales history, what the most popular models are for handguns. And so we've carried that over into the new options for the DI night sights.
Well, Ryan, this all sounds great. I mean, really for the first time, being able to get the best of both worlds from tritium as well as fiber optic, and getting it from a company that we can trust like Trijicon. Really looking forward to trying these out.
Thanks, Joe. We're excited to get this on the market.
Thanks very much.